one of my galleries. Got a picture from old Facebook picture of my Rocky. Look at it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rocky does in a lot of ways remind me of Ella Fitzgerald. Kind of. Yeah, yeah. She does. Yeah, she's so pretty. Yeah, she's so pretty. Right. It's weird because it was hard. You don't understand it when you're living it. If you scientifically, I was in there cutting up the soup and stuff. I remember when I was cutting up the potatoes. I remember that obese white lady with the half black daughters, and she eats paint chips and she does all this stuff, and I knew right away it's like okay, because she knows the sexual competition through economics and life's going to be miserable, and she doesn't know how to. She wants to. She doesn't. She wants to live, but she wants to die. Okay, and because it's going to be miserable. And then you're like, well, why are people like that? Most likely the case is because civilization is a new human form of enforcement. Okay. Human beings have been sexually procreating through tribalism for hundreds of thousands of years. Okay. Civilization is 10,000 of it. Okay. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about with, when he goes, we're at the ball and we're like right at, pumpkin hour and stuff. You have all this time and all this stuff. And then you have this little time capsule that everybody bases all the important things on history off of this egotistical expression called civilization. Now, Neil doesn't describe it this way. He's terrified of the people that are in charge of civilization. They'll kill you. It'd be better to die trying to stand up to live truthfully and faithfully than it would be to just give in to civilization and do whatever the Satan money bag fucktards tell you to do with the devil's money, right? And Rockefeller knew it. Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah. He knew he was in the company of pathetic assholes. Basically, the way David Rockefeller talked to me was basically, Randolph, with your gun so bright, won't you shoot my wife tonight? Then how the Cowboys loved him. Yeah. Okay. Wait, you want me to kill your family? What? The whole reason why your family's a bunch of idiots and assholes that believe in comic books is because of my family. But I don't want to kill your family. They want to kill you. I understand that. They'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die person. Okay, this is quite a contra. Can't they live? You can. Can you get your family to accept the fact that you're the Messiah and not a cartoon character from the clouds that masturbates to children being raped to death from brothels? No. Okay. Son of a bitch, right? No, me and Dad have had that conversation tens of thousands of hundreds of times, and a few times with Elijah Benegas, and I'm like, no, he's not an omniscient, omnipotent God. Guys, I'm the Messiah, and I had to feel the prayers when they explained to me who I was, and then it opened up to me, and I went, holy shit, no wonder I was always so miserable about certain things. And boom, it's like Jennifer Lopez thinks she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders. They're not playing to her to stop them from being raped in these brothels. They're playing to me. Okay, help. All right. And I'm the only one doing anything about it. All the Sundance Film Festivals just making money off of, oh, I would want to stop everybody. Okay, so what are we going to do? We've got global warming. What are we going to do for the global warming? It started a fire. What are we going to do? Put more money on it. Put more money on it. Okay. Lincoln, Franklin, Jefferson, Washington. Who's on the Roosevelt? Whatever. Don't care, right? Throw more money on it. That's going to stop global warming. Okay. How about forgive that trespass, love, and turn a faithful peace, and then when I think about those nights in Montreal, I get the sweetest thoughts of you. I just want to stop. The world ain't right without you, babe. Right? Y'all need some Gino Vanelli in your Romanesque. Yeah. Okay. My mom was really into Gino Vanelli, and I was like, Ma, he wears his shirts down to his navel, got hair. He's all the stereotypes that you're like, ugh. Yeah, but the man has one of the most beautiful singing voices I've ever heard of. Yeah, he does. Okay. Yeah. Living inside this hell, living without your love. Yeah, no, he has a really good voice. He didn't. I went and listened to more of his other stuff. It's like, he didn't get a lot of good material. No, Barbara Streisand saying all that, but he's like, and Dionne Warwick, right? But the man had a really good voice. I think if he probably went and did like residencies and did his songs, and then they were like, "Hey, singing about Humperdinck, you'd sing him good." Frankie Valli, sing him, and did other people's songs that people liked, and like Robert Goulet on Carol Burnett, right? This time we almost made the pieces fit, didn't we? That's my favorite is Johnny Mathis, of course. I had it and I touched it and it had turned to sand. Almost there's tons of songs. Okay, who's Johnny Mathis sings the best? Yeah, it's Johnny Mathis. It's Johnny Mathis. No, I've heard others. It's Johnny Mathis. Noel Harrison and Johnny Mathis both with the Thomas Crown Affair with the round like a circle and a spiral. Noel Harrison, the way he presents it, it's like what's the other dude? Professor Dumbledore, Richard Harris with MacArthur Park. It's a poem to music. It's hip hop, but with a British accent. But you know what I'm saying? Slick Rick, he doesn't speak with a British accent in his hip hop. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, Smart Alec does. Yeah, he's got kind of a British accent with his yeah. Smart Alec was a neat kid. Yeah, I like him. I wonder how he's doing. I have to look him up on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, he was a nice kid. He was very polite, very cordial, very British. Very British, nothing good. No one cares what concerns us, politicians, because this is why we're anti-social. Yeah, so he's a nice kid. Yeah, we had a couple of conversations on YouTube, and he was very cordial and just I quite enjoyed him. He was nice. He was nice. He was a very polite young man. Okay, quite okay. So very British in that way, in that regard, Because remember I told you that officer that got his hand back from Brian when I came to the thing? It was like, you guys are always so fucking polite. You make me feel like I'm the rudest person on the whole damn planet. Just go, you yanked your card, right? That was funny. They just loved it. Don't you love coming to Pope? Because here we are, right? Here we are all once again, but this time we're only friends. Right. And so, it's a good song. Here we are. Yeah. It's something like, was it Engelbert Humperdinck originally saying that? It was an older song that she redid. Have you ever heard it? Oh, no. Anybody else? Mom loved Gloria Estefan. Gloria Estefan was mom's there's Barbara Streisand, Diana Ross, and Gloria Estefan. There they are, the three. No, she also, not till she passed away. I'm like, Mom, why were you hiding Nancy Wilson my whole life? What the hell was wrong with you, woman? She got Dinah Washington. You didn't buy Ella Fitzgerald? What were you thinking? I forgot. No, I know Mom had probably heard her and was like, oh my gosh, that woman is wonderful. She just never shared her with me. I was always like, oh, I heard, I was like, I heard about her too and never listened. And then when I went and listened, I'm like, okay, you're an idiot. Next time you hear her, you need to go listen. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those wonderful treasures that was covered up to you. And then you go and you open it up and go, oh, wow. Why didn't Streisand say things about her? I know Barbara Streisand knows she's one of them. Okay. Why isn't Barbara Streisand saying, well, you guys really need to go listen to Ella Fitzgerald? Okay. Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall? Yeah. Okay. And Nancy Wilson and Dinah Washington and Brooke Benton with Brooke Benton. I didn't know they did songs together. Brooke Benton was always one of my favorites as a kid. Then I went and listened to more and I was like, oh yeah, I see why. Same with Tommy Edwards. Tommy Edwards' catalog is just off the charts wonderful. All in the game, Mr. Seven. No, that guy Don't Fence Me In is better than half the people that sing it that's just popular. Okay. That's how good Tommy Edwards is. Just like, no, this guy is so good. He's one of the best. And everybody that does the reaction things, his voice is just, His voice it's nostalgic, it's strong, it's expressive, it's point, like, I love you for sentimental, like the man from Alabama. Yeah. You're like, holy he's from Alabama, right? Is just to love and be loved in return. Okay, you're like, how did a sharecropper child from Alabama end up with that regal of a voice? Patrice. That's a masculine, feminine name of African royalty. Patrice. Patrice Lumumba, right? Okay. So Rodney Patrice Slater, one of my best friends in college. Patrice. It's an African name. Why do you think my mom named my sister Patrice? Okay. It's an African masculine, feminine name meaning royalty, strength, and royalty, nobility. Okay. That's why my mom named my sister Patrice. Okay. My mom was quite literate, and it's just the way she was. She was always, she liked she didn't like being ignorant, and she didn't like ignorance to abuse people. The problem was sometimes she got too much into it, and her arrogance abused people that were ignorant. And the ignorant people, it's all they had. Like the kid that Scout was giving a hard time to. And then his dad showed up to pay his legal fees with a big bag of beans. And he kept telling her, you need to let it go, Scout. That family works hard, and pride is just about all they have. And if you try to strip him of his pride, he doesn't really have much of anything left. Right? Shut up, Lopez. Oh, go rip off the stylistics. I'm just kidding around. No, Temple set Illuminati. I have to shut it down. Okay, it was put into play because of religious hypocrisy of people that were using religious hypocrisy to perform genocide because they could get people to believe it and do it like they do in the Middle East. Hey, you'll get 70 virgins to screw in the sky that wouldn't come near you when you were alive because you're a crazy wackadoodle shithead, and that they will service you sexually eternally if you blow these people up in Tel Aviv. And they really believe that shit. Yeah. Just like God's an omnipotent egomaniac in the sky who's not ready to kill everybody you don't like until that, it's as big as the promise of the coming day and the Southern Cross. Hi, I'm the Southern Cross. My name is Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. When we're finally living the beauty of the apocalypse, you don't have to sing goofy limericks about me, because if you say, yes, Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. loves me, you'll hear the NASCARs revving up in the background. We always shut all them down, right? That's what me and the sons of Peter, Will, and Christian, we're talking. It was funny. We were having a beautiful conversation. We were talking about the beautiness, the beautifulness, and the wonderfulness of holy covenants. We were talking about all this wonderful stuff. It was just beautiful what we were talking about when Mr. Green Jacket came to shut us down. It's like, okay, wait a minute, Mr. Green Jacket. We're going to get a bunch of jacket gnome hoes from the school and get them to do pole dancing for our next movie, and you can help produce it because you have all the talent of producing to market everything we need to get rich and have sex with anybody we want because we have all the money. Is that more appropriate? Don't ever tell people. We weren't talking about overthrowing the government. We weren't talking about assassinating anybody. We were talking about everybody going back to holy covenants, appreciating life through the glory of God and the beauty of creation, and not trying to destroy it with the ego of invention. And he tried to shut us up. Then when I tried to talk to him politely about it, he told me, I'm not trying to have this conversation. It's like, yeah, you are. You talk to me. You just don't listen because your ego gets in the way. Right, guys? Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love?